You may be surprised to discover that Python has lots of Easter eggs hidden away in its source code. For example, one of the core philosophies in Python is that it comes with batteries included, which means it comes with lots of modules that let users get started coding right away. But will the standard library let you fly? You can see for yourself if you try to import anti-gravity in a REPL. Your browser should pop up with an amusing comic. Or maybe you want to know if Python will ever support using curly braces to define blocks instead of using indentation. If you tried running from future import braces in a REPL, you will receive a funny error message telling you there's not a chance that braces will be supported. The Zen of Python is one of these Easter eggs. It is a poem consisting of 19 aphorisms describing Python's design philosophy, written by core Python developer Tim Peters. In this course, you will read the poem, learn how you can apply its advice to your code, and discover that Python developers can be funny as well as smart. You are hopefully now excited to start learning about the Zen of Python, so in the next lesson you will get a chance to read it yourself. To get started reading the poem, all you have to do is import this in your REPL. The poem will appear, which I will now read in my best poetry reading voice. Beautiful is better than ugly. Explicit is better than implicit. Simple is better than complex. Complex is better than complicated. Flat is better than nested. Sparse is better than dense. Readability counts. Special cases aren't special enough to break the rules, although practicality beats purity. Errors should never pass silently, unless explicitly silenced. In the face of ambiguity, refuse the temptation to guess. There should be one, and preferably only one, obvious way to do it, although that way may not be obvious at first, unless you're Dutch. Now is better than never, although never is often better than right now. If the implementation is hard to explain, it's a bad idea. If the implementation is easy to explain, it may be a good idea. Namespaces are one honking great idea. Let's do more of those. Wasn't that beautiful? Before you dive into the advice the poem has, I want to look at how the poem came about in the first place. To understand how the poem came about, you must take a trip back in time to June 1999, to the Python mailing list, where lots of developers were asking for advice on how best to use the language, saying, "There doesn't seem to be a single document that sums up that aesthetic," and "A distillation of Python Zen is what I'm talking about." Tim Peters suggested it was a job for Guido alone. Guido van Rossum was the creator of Python, but offered an outline he would start from, and that outline was the Zen of Python. In 2004, an official Python enhancement proposal was created to formalize these guidelines. It was given the PEP number 20, in reference to the number of aphorisms it was supposed to contain. In reality, it only contains 19, as one was left for Guido van Rossum, which was never filled in. Almost 20 years later, in April 2023, a vinyl record called The Zen Side of the Moon was auctioned at PyCon US. Its closing track was a musical version of the Zen of Python, which core Python developer Barry Warsaw composed and performed, proving that to this day, this poetic and humorous collection of guidelines has a significant impact on the Python community. If you'd like to listen to the song, you can find a link for it below the video. Now that you know where the poem originated and how valuable it is, you probably want to know how it can help you improve your Python. In the next lesson, we will start with some practical advice it contains that you can start applying immediately.